Hello, viewers. Tim Poole here at the Huddle. We're at SBC Lisbon, and I'm with David Natroshvili, CEO and founder of SPRIBE. David, thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, this is the second part of our three-part series, I guess. In London, we talked about the past and the journey to here, and it was an incredible journey for SPRIBE. Today, we're going to talk about the here and now, and really, this should be quite easy because these are probably the conversations you have day to day. But to start off with, and we've spoken about geographical markets in the past. What are your biggest markets right now, and what are the ones that you're most excited about?
Yeah, thanks. It's a great question. Well, first of all, I want to start with some really exciting news, and which is, I think, in a way, it's like really fascinating. And this exciting news is a number, is a 60. 60. You know what the 60 means? It's like 60 million players we have right now. That we are very proud of. It's a biggest milestone we have achieved. If you think about it, it's a really great number, 60 million players. So the last time we spoke, I think it was like 42 or 45, I don't remember. But
yeah, the numbers always change.
Yeah, now numbers keep growing. So, we can say that we're doing something right because if we're growing, I think the biggest thing what we're doing right is that we give players what they want. I always say players are the kings. They make a decision what to play, not any platform, not any aggregator company, not any B2B software solution company decides what player plays. They decide what to play. So when we decided to do first thing in the industry is to talk to the players directly.
Yeah.
People were skeptical, but now I think it pays off, and players are searching Aviator as a company. So you have many copies and copycats, and all of them are doing the same thing pretty much, but players love Aviator. So we keep growing up, and I think in 2 years we're gonna hit 100 million. We'll see. But that's our next big milestone.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of if we take it back to the regions, the kind of, not necessarily the number by number breakdown, but the biggest areas, we're talking kind of Latin America, that kind of thing?
Yeah, so basically, the biggest markets, I would say Latin America, Brazil mostly, but all Latin America. Then we have all Africa, in like South Africa and all other Africa. We're number one in Africa. We're India and Bangladesh now also. In India is a very big market. I mean, it's growing. We have the independent company, Alaska, I think the name is. They made the statistics of Aviator, not only Aviators, but first of all the crash games market share, slot games market share, and it turns out that Aviator has first of all 90+% in every market, 92, 93, but even what's more crazy, it has almost 40% of all the casino market share besides betting and live. Can you imagine, like all the slot, it takes 40% of them. So we're really big, we're really growing, we're very proud of it. So yeah, but we also, big in all the markets, I would say. But if you ask me about main markets, those are the three main market regions.
Yeah,
we are very big now. Yeah.
We talked in the past about the journey to this point, about the growth, always an exciting part of any journey. But now that you're talking about these numbers, how do you stay at the top? Because that's not an easy problem to solve, I guess.
That's a very good question. I mean, in general, like I always get to ask this question, like, what do you guys do like differently? Like what's like all other games? They're pretty much the same. They think it's the same. Obviously, we don't think it's the same. We think Aviator brings the biggest thing. What Aviator brings, it's a name, it's a brand, and what does the brand means? Brand means that it resonates with the player as a stable company. First of all, that company that always is there, that we don't cheat. It sounds so simple, but it's not really simple because when you have so many games, you don't know. For example, like I always talk about RTP, right? Return to the player. So I openly talk about we have 97%. You'll be surprised. There are many companies that don't get it. They make 95. I'm not going to mention the names, but they keep. They think that players would not understand. they do understand. They try to get more profit basically upfront, from the player, and obviously the player feels that. So it's like when we say what we're doing differently, it's like comparing if you want to go. I always say when you want to go to the gym and build a muscle. You cannot just build a muscle by just going to the gym once a week. You need to sleep well. You need to work out. And then in 6 months you get the result, right? There's no magic bullet of becoming like ripped, right? Or like let's say, or so same thing in the business. You need to do many things in combination. You just cannot do like one thing well. So you need to make, for example, the infrastructure. We are investing a lot of money in our servers with AWS, with Amazon. They're great partners with us. And we, for example, bring servers to the players close when there is internet is a challenge, and it's a challenge in all our main markets. People can play still without any issues. This is one of the examples, right? So you have RTV, you have branding. There's many things. So we will keep doing what we're doing. We have some crazy ideas we will announce soon with partnerships also. It will be very exciting. I don't want to say it now, but we have some ideas. So we want to. The only way we can keep growing is like not to be happy what we have achieved, but to keep growing, to keep developing and making good things basically.
Yeah. I was going to ask what the biggest challenges are for you in doing that. You mentioned internet as a challenge there. In terms of, as you say, staying at the top and working on all those areas you just discussed, what are the biggest things that you kind of have to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest things in general, to be honest, I think it's for all the game, iGaming industry, is the government's trying to regulate things. It's and trying to create some unnecessary burden for everyone. There's so many examples of government trying to regulate something, and it's funny because they think they can regulate something, but in era of the internet, you cannot really. You cannot give me one example, maybe North Korea, but North Korea, they don't have internet. But the rest, I mean, everyone wants to regulate, right? Like China was trying to regulate gambling and prohibit, but Asia is the biggest market right now for iGaming. So the biggest issue, I think, is for government just to chill and relax and just try to make even revenue and create fair environment for the players and for operators. This is many countries try to regulate it. This is the biggest one. Other than that, we need to build innovation again. Innovation is the key. It's becoming difficult to create something new, usually to create something interesting for players. This is also very challenging. Like with us, we try to build new games. We are building new games, but obviously it will be very hard to build something like Aviator now, I think, but we'll try. So this is also a challenge, I think. Yeah.
Our final question, so just as a preview, the third part of our series will look into the future and we'll try and go as long term as we can. We're not going to do that just yet. We're talking about the here and now. But in terms of what we can expect in the next few months, you mentioned you've got some things that you can't announce yet, but what can we expect from you to kind of close out 2025 in a strong fashion?
Well, we're very famous. SPRIBE is famous for obviously building the great products, but at the same time, to build the great brands. I mean, we proud ourselves by creating the brands from scratch, which was like literally 6 years ago. Everyone knows. No one knew us, and we are investing a lot in a brand, in marketing, by innovating. Like you see, you're talking about UFC. You see these guys over here, our brand ambassadors. I mean, we have the most UFC champion brand ambassadors than any other brand. Not only in iGaming, I think in any other industry. And we're gonna keep. We are a sponsor of AC Milan, right? We are sponsoring cricket, as you can see in India. And now we're gonna bring some very exciting new sponsorships that will be very exciting. And we're gonna keep increasing because we believe that talking to the players. When I say talking to the players, what do we mean by that? We mean that players see us everywhere they are. They love to be. They love sports. They love brand ambassadors. They love champions, etc., etc. So we want to be there so they see that we're a stable partner. We're a stable game. We're a fair game, and they have we are there for them. So.
Well, David, thanks very much for your time today. And until next time, I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me.